On this silent and rather remote strip of Delta farmland just south of Newport in Jackson County, Arkansas, aviation history was made. This is the site of what once was an airplane landing strip, right on the edge of what once was the thriving community of Blackville. The remains of two old churches stand silent. An old school gymnasium has been converted to shelter modern-day farm implements. Old buildings lie crumbling and overgrown. The families that once called Blackville home are all gone. Tiny graveyards sheltered by 100-year-old oak trees are hidden among overgrown patches of land that look like little islands in a sea of flat, dusty Delta farmland. Blackville, founded in 1890 by freed slave Pickens Black, is all but gone to history and time. Pickens Black Sr. was described as one of the most remarkable African-American agriculturalists in Arkansas in the post-Civil War years. Pickens Black fulfilled his dream of hard work and success when he settled, farmed, and ultimately owned thousands of acres of this land. At his peak, he gave work to over 380 people, black and whites alike. His son, Pickens Black Jr., was born here June 3, 1905. One of 4 children born to the senior Pickens, and the junior Pickens was born with this same entrepreneur, fearless risk-taker spirit and zest for life that followed his father's footsteps and beyond. As a child, Pickens Black Jr. dreamed of becoming a pilot after seeing his first airplane as a boy. He became his own role model. He spent his boyhood on this land, and after graduation from high school, went on to Philander Smith College in Little Rock, went on to Virginia Union University, Wilberforce University, and the Hampton Institute. Pickens Black Jr. graduated Virginia Union University. He got his student pilot certification in January 1932 at age 26. And a year later, in 1933, he became the first black aviator licensed to fly in Arkansas. He continued to update his license until 1958. Pickens Jr. built the runway near Blackville and repaired planes at his hangar in Blackville in the 30s and into the 40s. He even built his first airplane, a small plane, but the FAA at the time forbid him to fly it. The reason why, like the history of Blackville, has faded into history. What is known is that after working all day, he would often fly his plane at night, taking his brothers along for the ride. Timber piled up from clearing the land was placed at the ends of the fields. The boys would light them on fire so they could see to land at night. At the peak of his flying career, he owned a small passenger plane, a private plane, and 2 crop dusters. His crop dusting business was so successful, he had to hire 2 other pilots to assist in the work.
He was just a good guy. He loved his airplanes. I remember him having at least 10 airplanes. Not at once, but over the years. And all of them were pretty airplanes, pretty paint job. He had one, I can't think of the name of the airplane, but he called it Miss March. Our mother was named Marguerite, so that was short for Marguerite, Miss March. But it was the prettiest airplane you ever want to lay your eyes on, paint-wise, paint job. So he was, and he was a good pilot.
Pickens Black Jr. was active in community affairs. He spent countless hours developing a recipe for sausage and ultimately sold his product around the country. Pickens Jr. opened and operated several small businesses and also managed the gin mill, rice depot, garage, and store previously founded by his father. But at every chance, Pickens Jr. was flying. It's what he loved the most.
Well, I have so many memories of growing up being one of 8 children of Pickens W. Black Jr. He was quite a man. If you were one of his kids, you were definitely going to have to go to an airplane show. We were in Memphis whenever they had a show. We were over there in Memphis, and we would be there hours just watching the planes go by. We all knew the Blue Angels and whatever else. He just loved it. He loved flying. He loved just watching them.
Pickens Black Jr. always emphasized hard work and the importance of getting an education and striving to reach new heights in life. Pickens Black Jr. and his wife Marjorie Nichols Black had 8 children. The surviving children speak glowingly of their dad.
He just commanded the situation, is all I'm going to tell you. He made it possible. He was trying to make it better for those that followed behind him. There's no question in my mind that he wanted to leave greater opportunity.
Pickens Black Jr. died in Blackville in 1980, in the same home where he was born. He's buried a few miles away in the Oddfellow Cemetery next to his wife and near his father, under the shade of those old oak trees and surrounded by the Delta farmland they loved so dear. So if you pass the beautiful Delta land southeast of Newport in Jackson County, slow down. See the beauty of the landscape and see that wisp of a cloud in the sky. You might catch a glimpse of Pickens Black Jr.'s spirit flying by, flying high, into history and into the Arkansas Aviation Hall of Fame.